Hello and welcome to the Magic Hour Show. I'm your host, Eugene and Ryan. This is show number 41 for February the 23rd. Wow, it's we passed the 40 threshold, Ryan.
We did. Is the show as old as you yet?
It is not.
Not yet.
But
okay.
Soon. 41? Yeah, soon. Very soon. Next show. I'll be of the same age as my show, which is kind of weird. But yeah, anyway. Joining me, of course, is Ryan, as you already heard.
Hi. Yes.
And today our show is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about personalization in games. But to kick things off, we're going to talk about Zelda for a bit because it just passed Zelda's 30th anniversary.
I'm older than Zelda.
Yeah, you're older than Zelda. This is true. And, you know, I just played last year. I played the first Zelda game. What's it called?
The Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called.
Zelda 1.
So I played it, Zelda 1, yeah. I played it on 3DS, and I made copious consultations to a walkthrough, and I bombed all the little open things and found things and hidden secrets and whatnot. And, it's funny because I never played, like, I don't have any nostalgia for Zelda. And hooray, I'm glad it's reached, it's been 30 years. I would have been 12, I guess. And for me, I never had a Nintendo system, so it was always the kind of just on the outside, that kind of, it was happening. I kind of knew of it, and it was happening around me, but I never really experienced Zelda myself until just recently. Actually, my first Zelda game was the one for the Wii, to be honest. Skyward Sword.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So had you played Twilight Princess?
No.
You canceled your Twilight Princess pre-order, or
I did not. It's coming.
All right, so it's coming. Mm-hmm. So you still get to play Twilight Princess.
Yes,
cool.
Yes. Although, I was thinking, should I just go through them all in order? But I think it's too big a task to.
I think you've got to play the ones you are interested in.
Yeah. So I actually do have. So let's go. Just rewind a bit back to Legend of Zelda. That game is actually kind of challenging in a way. Just to get used to moving around and attacking things in real time. It's really arcadey in that way. Do you remember playing it?
I played it on the GameCube collection. My first Legend of Zelda was Zelda 2.
Okay.
And I didn't play Legend of Zelda until the GameCube collection came out.
Right.
And as I recall, it was pretty straightforward for me because I think I just read a walkthrough as at my side on my laptop while I'm playing the game, because it was just. It was open, in the Legend of Zelda, you could just go anywhere in the beginning.
Yeah, that's right.
And I had no clue where to go, and I was not going to figure out where to go.
I feel like a lot of those things. To me, it was almost like it almost felt a lot like Dark Souls, in a strange way. It's just like you can go anywhere, and.
Not that you necessarily want to go anywhere. You're going to know if you should run away real quick.
Things can kill you pretty easy. And if you lose hearts, then you can't throw your sword anymore. You know how that worked?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then it makes it harder, right? Because then now you have to get really close to everybody. But, so all kinds of weird things like that. I don't know. It's been a while, but What do you want to say on the 30th anniversary of Zelda?
I again, Zelda is one of those. I think I want to enjoy it more than I do. I forced myself to play Link to the Past, and I beat it with the help of a guide. There's so many things to find and different. You have to solve all of the dungeons. You have to have the specific items. You've got to know where to go and. To collect everything in Link to the Past, I don't know how a younger version of me would have accomplished that. I guess it's just time and trial and error and bombing all sorts of random places and using items in random places and hope you get lucky, or just an intuitive sense of observation. I enjoy Link to the Past, but I don't think I would have liked it on my own. Wind Waker, I went on to Link's Awakening I played next. Right after Link to the Past, I went on to Link's Awakening on the 3DS, and had a guide for most of it. There's a theme here, but I really, really liked Link's Awakening. Of the Zelda games I have played, Link's Awakening is currently my favorite. Link's Awakening has kind of I feel like it's a unique story and sort of a dreamy story. I guess I can say that without giving away any spoilers to said story, and the implications of what the story of Link's Awakening are pretty intense, pretty deep, pretty heavy. So I did enjoy Link's Awakening, and Link's Awakening has Mario underground levels. So when Link goes underground, you're then in a 2D platformer, and you can jump on Goombas. There's crossovers between the Mario universe and the Zelda universe. So I guess they're in the same universe then at that point. I don't know. Maybe the Mushroom Kingdom had a dimensional bleed over at that point, but yeah, I really enjoyed Link's Awakening. Then I beat Link to the Past, and I was like, okay, now it's Link's Awakening, and then do I want to replay Ocarina of Time or Ocarina of Time? That's a word I say wrong. Ocarina. I'm going to say it wrong. So I have it on the GameCube collection, but those graphics, those visuals are hard for me to go back to, because I think in your brain you have the idea of what these things look like when you play them, and your mind fills in all the gaps and makes the visuals so much better than they probably were. So I started it up, I fired it up, and I said no, I noped right out of there. Majora's Mask, I've never gotten past the first level, but I want to. I'd love to revisit these on the 3DS, and hopefully I'll get a chance to do that soon. Wind Waker on the Wii U. Now that we're in this no buying games, I'm actually hoping to return to Wind Waker, put some time into it, and get farther than I managed to get, which is I'm at the Deku tree right now, on trampolining on little Deku leaflet things, and I kind of rage quit at that point, because the camera kept swinging the wrong way, and I couldn't control my laying. I said, you know what? Enough. I mean, we joke about time to nausea with Eugene and first player games. When I can't control a camera, my head starts to spin a little bit. So, I hope to go back to Wind Waker. I have enjoyed the time with Zelda I've put into it, but it's not a series I've spent a ton of time with.
I mean, I was just going back to look on the site, and I wrote about playing Zelda February of 2015, so it was really last year, a year ago. So if you want to read my impressions, you can go to the Gamer Parent website and just Google up Zelda, it'll pop up. But I did play Skyward Sword. I probably got a quarter of the way through that. I'm not sure. I got flying around, and I flew to some island with an inn on it with some pumpkins or something that I had to do something for. I don't remember. And then I flew to some other island that had a big clown on it, and it had all these it was like a game board on the ground of this little island in the sky. It was really weird. It was surreal, actually. I didn't know what was going on at that point. So so like many games I did not finish. So I just sort of that's where I'm at. So
I think my favorite thing in Zelda Zelda games is the music.
I was just going to ask you, because I know you're a musician. We're both musicians, and music plays an important part in all of our lives. But in games in particular, I know many people have strong connections with Zelda music. There's a symphony that goes around to different concert halls around North America and the world, I think, performing Zelda music. How do you feel about it? Is it on the level of for me, John Williams and Star Wars, that's the epitome of soundtrack music for that really connects with me. So, how do you feel about Zelda music?
Oh, I haven't really given much thought to what the epitome of soundtrack music is for me. That sounds like we should go deeper in that another
maybe.
night. But
because it's computerized music, right? In original form, right?
Yes,
it's electronic music.
But I don't think that necessarily makes it any less.
No, I know that, but when it then gets translated into like orchestral music, the themes, right?
And when they translate as well as the Zelda music does,
yeah.
I think that speaks volumes.
Brilliant composers. I mean, that wrote the music for these games, and with the limitations of the sound output devices that the music chips that they were using to be able to create the kinds of music that they did. I mean, it's incredible. So, I'm not slighting it at all. I'm just saying the same thing, when we talked about how the graphics are, chunky and bad, right? Back in the day, yet our mind sort of filled it in.
Yeah.
Do we do the same thing with the music as well?
I think so. Because I played Zelda when I revisited Zelda 2 with a friend. I had a buddy over the summer, and we fired up Zelda 2 because we wanted to torture ourselves. This was a game from our childhood. We're like, yeah, let's do it. I remember.
And that's the side-scrolling one, right?
Yes, it's the side-scrolling one with the RPG mechanics where you level up different aspects of Link's abilities. It's just, I think, really cool. And you go into towns. In Shovel Knight, the towns are pulled pretty much from that Zelda 2 style. It's awesome. But listen to the music. It's like, that's the theme song that I hum randomly. I don't remember it sounding like that in my brain, but it's awesome. I love 8-bit music, but my brain definitely fills in the gaps.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy listening to the chip tunes. I'm probably getting it wrong. There's somebody out there that's going to tell me, no, you're wrong. It's not what that is.
Chip tune. I think music sort of music usually holds up better than visuals as they age.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can still hear, listen to, some music I guess doesn't, but 80s.
I've got about 5 Foreigner albums that would
that's what
argue otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, so that's an interesting discussion. What are you looking forward to in the next Zelda, when and if it comes out? Not counting the remake of Twilight Princess. Like the new...
I am just genuinely excited for Nintendo's take on a Bethesda open world formula game.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be open world like just like go
Skyrim?
anywhere with so I don't think it's going to be to that degree with so many different systems interacting in the world that you get all of the weird Bethesda jank and bugs that they are, that we love them for. Like, I love the Bethesda bugs. But I think...
What if it was like Skyrim or, the Zelda universe, but super polished and perfect?
It would be beautiful.
Right.
It would be beautiful. I mean,
maybe that's why they're taking so long.
Yes. They're making sure it's right. So when it comes out on Wii U, 3 months after the NX has launched, we're really happy with it, right? No, I do like Zelda. Zelda's a game. The Zelda series, they're games I can play with my kids around. That's nice, So I am excited again for an open world game that I can expect to be able to do that with. Because Skyrim, I'm not playing with my kids in the same room. There's just enough gore in that it's like, oh, I didn't want you to see me decapitating that troll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well then.
Yeah.
Zelda,
and
I feel like
the ragdoll physics after,
Plop.
Yeah.
when they go through the walls, and goes, see, honey, this can't happen in real life.
Really awkward angles, and why is this leg behind his head? Yeah.
Just wait until PlayStation 7 when they've implemented real-time decomposition in characters.
Ew. Well,
I know, right?
Well, I mean, you'd have to play a long time to come back to it and see any kind of decomposing.
You'd get the initial though. You'd get the scavengers and the.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's true.
Anyway,
That's gross, right?
so when you play Zelda games, do you name Link?
Link.
Do you change the name of Link?
Link is Link.
Given the option.
No.
Not in my games.
No, I don't change it.
No,
although, I haven't played that many Zelda games, but no, I don't usually.
He's Ryan in my games.
Really?
The hero of time is me.
Oh, okay. I feel I don't invest myself so much into it, so it's Link. I just leave it as default.
Nope.
Yeah, even like for Fire Emblem, I just left it as Robin or Corrin in this new one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm role playing. I don't need to be myself.
But it's so cool.
I'm playing
to
as
role-play
Corrin. I'm playing as
you.
Corrin. But I
All
know
the
my
characters
name.
say your name.
I
It's
know
like,
my own name.
Eugene.
I don't need to see it on the screen.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Hey, I think we just kind of
really dorky to me. I don't know. Sorry, Ryan. I'm not
Well, I
calling
guess
you
I'm really dorky.
No,
All
but
right.
it just feels. I feel like I don't know. Like how my name doesn't go in like this fantasy world. It doesn't fit with all the other names. It's too mundane.
Man.
You know what I mean?
All right. I totally disagree with it, you know.
Okay,
I
bring it, Ryan. Bring it.
Definitely name characters whenever I get the chance. Let's put the gloves on. Put the gloves on.
No, well, you were talking about XCOM last week, and I did name like all those characters things.
Hey, Eugene.
But do you get to name yourself in XCOM?
Well, you can make a character now. Serious question.
Yeah.
When you did you make yourself an XCOM when you played?
Did I make my own self?
Yeah, your own
XCOM?
avatar, your own unit.
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that's probably a good idea because
I don't remember actually, but I don't think so.
Because I recently died in XCOM, a pretty gruesome death.
Oh no! Am I still alive?
You are still alive, Colonel Eugene.
Ooh, I'm a colonel.
You are still alive.
Nice. And I'm a sniper, right, or something?
You are a sniper.
Oh, wicked! I like that.
You're a darn good sniper too.
There you go. And you'll be really sad when I die.
I will be because it's happening now.
That's the thing, right? When your character gets like super experienced and they're like, "Oh, this guy's so awesome," and then they die the next mission, I'm like, "Oh, dang it!"
That is how I felt when Mikey died.
Oh yeah,
2 nights ago. Man, Mikey, Wild Child, Rollins, Colonel. And you know, in XCOM, like they do the quick time video thing, or the I guess it's not a quick time event, but a what do you call those scenes? They do it like a close up scene.
Yeah, when they die.
Yep, it's like here someone's gonna die when they zoom in close to the alien and shooting, like following the bullet up.
Right.
Oh, there he goes.
It's like bullet time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like all that work. Well, maybe before we argue more about our naming characters or not, maybe we should talk about what we've been playing. So we're talking about XCOM because I've been playing XCOM.
Sure, yeah, you've been playing XCOM.
I've pretty much been playing XCOM.
Yeah,
I've put about.
And you're not using the Steam controller anymore, right?
No, I switched over to mouse,
back to mouse and keyboard. Yeah.
I'm pretty much playing XCOM
as God intended.
And wow, Eugene, I think I've hit that point where it's obviously getting real hard, even on easy mode.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's not much room for error.
Yeah,
and losing experienced officers like myself and Mikey really, really hurts.
Mm-hmm.
About to head into another mission with only one assault available because my other is in PsyOps training.
Right.
So I guess I'm gonna have to send in a shiv, a little rope, a little drone.
Yeah.
To cover the assault spot that I like to use.
Yeah.
My wife's still holding strong though. I got to give it to what Cobra. My wife nicknamed Cobra. She's kicking butt right now.
Nice. Cobra Commander.
I like have to make new
G.I.
people
Joe reference there. Like
no, that was the default nickname. I haven't figured out a better nickname for her yet because I know she like sits next to me when I play the games, and I want to make sure I don't get in trouble. I nickname my wife. XCOM, it's great. Not buying new games. I'm focusing on one. But I could also say I went back and played Splatoon. I played the Splatfest. I've played a few rounds outside of the Splatfest.
Someone on this podcast has to play Splatoon.
Yeah.
Might as well be you.
I really enjoyed the Splatfest. Team Red stunk it up. Like, I think we lost 3 of the 4 games I played.
Yeah.
And then the next session I got, and then I think I got up to whatever the second rank is in Splatfest, like Defender. I was red Defender.
Yeah.
I think we lost about 70% of the games.
And it was a Pokemon
themed Splatfest.
Yeah,
I was sad to let that T-shirt go. But my daughter still loves Splatoon, so she asked for Splatoon tonight. So before she went to bed, that was her before bed thing tonight. Was we played Splatoon. If you missed it, I'm sorry. I did send some tweets out, and hopefully you caught it. It was well publicized. The Sega was doing the 3rd annual Make War Not Love special on Steam, so you could play a set of games, and out of that, I think there were 3 games. Was it Warhammer Dawn of War, 2 Attila, or that Total War, and then Company of Heroes 2, and whichever game got the most playtime, certain rewards were unlocked, or if they were played for a certain amount of times, it would unlock free games for everybody. So I grabbed, I think, 9 new games. Some Sega classics, Streets of Rage, and
I missed out.
Jet Set Radio, and
I told you about the first 3, and then I missed out on all the other ones.
Oh, you missed them?
I didn't follow it.
You might still be able to grab the last, like Binary Domain.
It's some DLC though. I don't think it's a real. Actual game, but it doesn't matter. I don't.
Right, I've only checked out 1 out of that bunch so far. I've played a little bit of Hell Yeah. It's a bunny rabbit, and he's like the king of hell or something. He's like a bunny rabbit Satan.
Fun.
It's a platformer.
Does he spawn more bunnies?
No, he not. I haven't gotten that power up yet, if that exists. But he cuts through weird monsters with a spinning blade, and I unlocked a couple weapons. It looks like it's going to be easy achievements, and it's not too long. It's 8 hours, so it's a competent platform. I'm having fun with it, and loaded it up, and it's the old Sega, Sega. It's oh. That just feels so good to hear. I didn't have a Sega, and going over to my friends' houses that had Segas, I loved that little jingle. They got that right. Star Trek timelines are still terrible, but still playing it.
You're still playing it, yeah.
Eugene.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go in order of least hours to most hours. I played a little bit more Fallout New Vegas. I did find my way into New Vegas finally. I discovered that I needed either a passport or 2,000 credits, or caps, I should say. So I had to go sell some things and get some caps because I don't know where to get a passport. So I did that, and I don't know, trying to progress the main storyline. That's what I'm trying to focus on. Not trying to get sidetracked collecting 12 mantis eggs or something. So.
Which is real hard to do in those kinds of games.
It is. I got 5, and I'm like, man, I went through this whole vault just to get 5. I killed all these mantises, and I only got 5 eggs. So I'm not too pleased about that. But anyway, I dug into a little bit more Project Cross Zone. I'm at about chapter 5 now, I think. That game is fun. I'm not finding it super hard, challenging or anything. I don't know if it's supposed to be... Well, I mean, it's not Fire Emblem hard, let's put it that way. It's just kind of... I mean, it's like a fighting game, but you move around and... it's hard to describe. And then,
is it strategy? Is it turn-based?
Yeah, it's turn-based, and you move your people around the map like Fire Emblem, and then you attack, the enemies that are on the map, and then it zooms into this... fighting game, screen type thing where you're on one side and you can choose between 3 attacks or 4, or depending on your energy level. It's really like a fighting game. So you can do a special attack or your normal attack or whatever. And then you can call in your support person if they happen to be standing next to you. And then you can hit the shoulder buttons to call them in for an attack, and if you can chain your attack and their attack together, then the special cross comes on the screen, and then you can attack again, and basically you're trying to get a super long combo chain of hits right on your enemy, and then you knock their health meter down, and then they're KO'd and they're out. So, but I haven't found
Intriguing.
it to be really hard. Like the fighting part, I mean, it's, most of the time, like I think so far, one unit died once, and during a battle, but it's not permadeath or anything.
Well, the screenshots I'm seeing, I don't think the draw of that game would be difficult. I feel like the draw of that game is all the Capcom characters you know and love.
It is. It actually has been. That's been a lot of fun. So I've been. Like,
I know enough Capcom characters. I think I really want to check out a Project Cross, and maybe I can find the original one for real cheap in 2017. Get in there.
Probably. Or when I'm done, I'll mail you my cartridge or something.
Yeah. And I'll get to that as soon as I get to Monster.
Yeah. And then one new game that I got, but I did not purchase, but Nintendo Canada was gracious enough to send me a code for Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, which I gladly accepted.
Eugene has a strategy for 2016.
My strategy is to get review copies of games, so I don't have to buy them, but I can still play them. Yeah, so I was very happy about that. And so Conquest is the harder of the two, from what I understand. And it's the one where you, as the... You choose to stay with the family that has kidnapped you. How about that? Something like that. And so,
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes, except I think you're still a force for good within the corrupt side. Do you know what I mean? Like, so they're bent on conquest. Like, they're bent on destroying the other kingdom and taking it over completely or whatever. Except that you are the one that sort of, you don't quite fit in. You kind of try to challenge the system a little bit. That's what I'm getting anyway. I'm only on chapter 1.
So you're like the voice of peace.
Yeah. So, and I chose casual mode this time, which is the non-permadeath mode. Because, like we talked about last week, I just reset every time anybody dies anyway, and replay that level over and over and over again. But I didn't want to do that this time, and I feel like I heard that Conquest is pretty hard anyway, so I don't think I really want to just play the levels over and over and over again. But I did choose the sort of difficulty level for experienced players, and not beginners. So I may need to change that too, because it seems like chapter 1 is kind of hard. Somebody already died, and I'm not sure if I can complete the first level without everybody dying. So we'll see. If everybody dies on the first level, then I might change the difficulty down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I played Fire Emblem Awakening in the easy mode, but then put it on classic. I put it on classic,
easy and classic,
and spent the entire 70 hours resetting the cartridge.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not sure I'm going to do that. So I'm definitely casual. I may just go back down to easy. So easy, casual. Hey, whatever. I got to get through this game, right? So
you do. Yeah. You have an obligation to get through the game, and I'm looking forward to your time with it and reading your impressions.
Yes.
And
I will be, and I am Corin.
So you don't.
I am not Eugene in this game.
Your character.
I'm Corin. It's Corin. It looked. I mean, like I did customize his look.
Right. You don't make. Did you make him look like you?
No. How can you?
No. I don't know. I feel like I made Robin in the last one look as much like me as possible. I'm going through the voices. I'm like,
supposed to do that. I don't.
Is this my voice? Is this voice close to me? This voice isn't close to me at all.
Yes. Yeah.
I had to find the closest voice. I guess.
No, I don't name my characters.
Different views on personalization.
No, I don't name my characters.
So Final Fantasies were always default names for you.
Yeah, I think. Well, I've only played Final Fantasy VII.
Oh wow. Okay, that's right.
Whatever that is. What was his name? Cloud.
Cloud.
Yeah, I think I kept it Cloud.
we.
But why would you change it? If you changed it, then it wouldn't. Then you would be talking about your game, and you'd be like, "Me and this person did this." I'm like, but everyone else would be like, that scene with Cloud and Aeris. Is it Aeris? I don't know.
All right, that frame of reference.
Now it's Ryan and.
Hey, I can't look. If I start dropping the names of who I name like Tifa after and Aeris after, we'd be getting into who my middle school crushes were. I'm not going to drop those names. If I could find those if I could find Final Fantasy VII, because I still have my save files, but I don't have Final Fantasy VII. So if anybody is kind enough to send me a PlayStation Final Fantasy VII, I can let you know the names of my characters. But
that's funny.
I have lost my Final Fantasy VII. So I'm sure. I'm
pretty
sure
you have a long history of renaming characters.
Oh yeah, they're like time capsules for me. If I were to fire them up, man, it would definitely be a look into who my friends were, the girls I had crushes on. Like I can remember who Renoa in Final Fantasy VIII. I can totally remember who I named her after. So Final Fantasy VII would be my middle school crushes. Final Fantasy VIII would be my high school. Would be my 9th grade ones. Oh man! Now,
okay.
And I could pull Final Fantasy VIII up for fun. It makes it cool, so much more personal. And naming after my friends, it's like then you're going off with your buddies.
That's true.
Look, I think Chrono Trigger. I know I named the robot Data, like from Star Trek. And Robo was Data.
Okay.
From Star Trek. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I could pull that up and look that too. I'm inspired. I'm gonna have to load up all these games and see where they are, but I know they would be like time capsules. It made the experience so much fun.
You put something on Twitter, right?
I did, because I was curious what our friends out there thought of this, and I'm kind of surprised at how you're like, keep them all the same. It's the way to play it. I was kind of surprised that that's what the vote appears to favor as well, keeping the default names for the characters.
Yes, I am vindicated.
By a significant enough amount, 56 to 44%, and with quite a bit of interaction. This is one of the things that has gotten the most I think, interaction, just really quick too. Like I put the poll up, and we were just going back and forth with people within the first hour when I should have been working. I guess.
Can I say? Like I feel like. It's a form of respect to the creators who spent time thinking of the name that they wanted to name these characters, and for me to put my own name on it feels presumptuous to me.
Look at that, sending out the serious guilt trip over here. It's disrespectful to change the names.
But you can do whatever you want, right?
True.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know. Go ahead. What do people say?
All right. Well, like, as you said, that frame of reference, our buddy John, I got a bit of feedback from him as well, Eugene, that throwaway comment we made about using Tony Miller, our guest last week from Nintendo Oka, he made about using Facebook Messenger that's how he gets in touch with his wife throughout the day. He wrote me and said, "Man, that was like a life-changing tip right there." And he was like, "Oh, you never know. You never know what random thing is going to be said here, right? That's going to change your life." But he stopped naming his Final Fantasy.
You need to message your significant other more during the day. Yes, stay in touch. Anyway.
Message us during the day too.
Oh yeah, okay.
He stopped renaming his Final Fantasy
same
characters.
Kind of messages, though.
No,
different kind of messages.
When he realized it, as you said, it makes the game harder to discuss with friends. Now, I didn't have that problem. Like I knew that Ryan in Final Fantasy VII was really Cloud. I knew that. But hey, Barrett. I remember I renamed Barrett after my good buddy Marcus. Yeah. So it was Ryan and Marcus going on an adventure through Midgar. Oh, good times. Now I'm going to wax nostalgic about that. Miss Alema Stargazer, a friend of the show and a friend from, of course, Gamers with Jobs.
Yes, who I met in real life, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
That's right. I saw the tweets. You guys had an Ontario game meetup.
She was visiting Toronto. Her family here in Toronto, and we had a bunch of people together and we just went out for beers, and yeah, it was fun. Anyway, what did you say?
It's so nice that you people get to hang out in real life, and I live in the country.
It was a rare opportunity. It was not like, yeah.
That's real cool. That's real cool. So she always names her characters when given the chance. Makes the game more personal, and especially if there's the option to play as a woman.
Okay, sure. Like, I mean, but if the design of the game is that you create a character at the top, of course, yeah. I mean, you have to give it a name, right? There's no choice. But like, imagine you played Assassin's Creed and you were given the choice of naming Ezio something else.
I'd totally name him something else.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's Ezio. He's
Ryan.
He's Ryan. Yep. Ezio Ryan.
I'm going around and
got it. Okay, continue.
All right, and that is what Alema brings up. She brings up like Guild Wars 2 as her perfect example, where she can make the character her own personality, own backstory. She makes Guild Wars 2 sound really interesting to me, to the point that I know I should just stay away from it. It sounds like more like
another WoW.
It sounds like a more role player friendly WoW. Which, yeah, like
to suck you in.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stay away from that. But she's got an overactive imagination. She says, and I think I'm right there with her, because changing all my character names was just like going on a fun adventure I could never really go on with my friends. I mean, but hey, so when you played Earthbound, you kept the names.
I didn't play Earthbound.
You didn't? Oh,
not me.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. I played Earthbound. I was going on an adventure.
Wait. Sorry, I was thinking. Yes, I did play Earthbound, and yes, I kept the names.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about that new one.
I was see now, like Earthbound again. So Earthbound now.
Yeah.
Earthbound is going to be a time capsule into 2014. I was me. Paula was my wife. Who's the other one? Oh, what's the other kid's name? There's Pooh, right? Or Poe?
I can't remember. Yeah.
There's another one. Oh, I feel terrible. I can't remember the fourth character.
The dog?
Oh, the dog was my dog.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, that's cool. Like, I mean, it's a kind of tradition that you do, and then it really captures things that are happening in your real life.
And some people don't take it as seriously, though. Some people don't take it as seriously. They name their characters something rude. At Lacacalo on Twitter. I generally name characters after my friends or something rude, which end up making parts unintentionally funny. And
that's true.
And there's a couple other replies that are about making things after inappropriate words and such. And we've all, I think a lot of us have seen those pictures of like Legend of Zelda where they've changed the names, name of Link to something that's going to make for a hilarious phrase.
Yes.
Our buddy Tony Miller, is he in line with you, Eugene? If the character's already given a name, he keeps it. Seems that the story was made with the character name in mind. You people and your respect of the thoughts and wishes of the creator. Nope. At T. Latshaw, he says it depends on the game. RPGs, he keeps the name. And I was shocked. I really felt totally just like alone on my island here. But one where they're supposed to be you, they change them. And examples given there were Undertale, okay, and Fire Emblem. So I have a justification for my name change in Fire Emblem. I feel good. And our future guest, the Big JB, at Voice of the Big JB, chimed in that, of course, he doesn't use any of the randomly generated names in an MMO, but who does? Who does?
Yeah.
Who clicks that random button and goes with it? But I feel like that makes it just to me, it makes the experience more personal, more memorable.
Sure.
And when Final Fantasy X came out and I could not name the characters, at that point I'm sure it had to do with voice acting, I was crushed. Like, absolutely just, like, what? I was expecting the little name box to pop up and never came. Like, maybe if I play a little longer. Never came. Maybe if I play any longer.
No.
And eventually I've played all of Final
Denied.
Fantasy X and didn't really like it all that much.
Because it just bothered you the whole
never
time,
came.
right?
Yeah. Well, there were other things about Final Fantasy X that bother me, but that's
All right.
that's another time. Well, cool. So I am obviously in the.
Well, it's not a big majority.
No,
it's only
yeah.
50-something%.
But
so.
it's also not
interesting.
really that big deal. I mean, the experiences are good for us, however we enjoy them.
Mhm,
I just
sure.
like naming my characters.
Yep. And I don't. All right. Well, why don't we take a little break? Hey?
Hey,
Sound good?
let's do it.
Okay. All right. When we come back, we'll just go through the news and give our picks of the week.
Yeah.
Stick around. All right, welcome back. It's time for the news. We've got a bunch of news this week.
Always do.
Always do. I don't know. Things are happening in the world. A bunch of stuff around VR. GameStop CEO Paul Raines. This was last week. He said something about how PlayStation VR might be coming out this fall, or we will launch the Sony product PlayStation VR this fall. Like, whoa, okay. So
But there's
I don't know
gonna
if
be
he was supposed to
some-
say that or not, but he said it. So
There's going to be some form of announcement from Sony on March 15th.
yeah,
Or March 18th. Oh boy, hope I didn't get it wrong.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's middle of March.
right.
Something from Sony's coming.
And then on February 21st, HTC Vive.
The Vive Loca.
This is the Valve Steam VR powered VR solution. They announced the price, which is $799. $799. You get a Vive VR headset. You get 2 Steam VR wireless controllers, which is not the same as this Steam controller. Those are things you hold in your hand that look like, I don't know, little pistols with circles on the bottom. I don't know, something like that. And then you get 2 Lighthouse laser base stations. Those are for tracking your position. And 2 games, Job Simulator, the 2050 Archives, and Fantastic Contraption, which looks interesting. It's like you have to pick things up and build, funny contraptions. What do you think, Ryan? I know Mikey would be like, yeah.
I wish Mikey has been
like
on.
$799.
He has not been on for any of these VR drops recently, and I really want his opinions because I don't know. To me,
So this is
standard
more
Joe. That's
expensive
too
than-
expensive.
And this is even higher than the Oculus Rift.
Yeah,
Right.
and I
So
don't know.
what do you think Sony's going to do? You think Sony's going to come out with like 400?
Sony has the wild
like
card
Sony,
here.
it's in Sony's court now. They can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah,
within whatever they can afford to do.
Right.
Do you think they'll
but-
do like
and
a
I-
loss
but
leader
I
and sell
just-
it
I
below
just-
cost and then
I
just
just don't
drive
know.
adoption? But PS4
I don't know how much
will
Sony
just
can afford
crush,
though. Like
you know,
Sony's not doing so hot, right? Like aside from its gaming
Aside
thing, like
from-
Sony's got problems too. Just like all these companies have problems.
you
So
don't think
I
they can afford to just dump it out there?
I don't think you can give this tech away. I mean, this is new tech. This is it's an early adopter stage right now. The thing is, are there enough early VR adopters to pull this forward? We talked about it enough, I think, in our predictions section. It's not for me. It's
That's
not
the
for
thing.
me.
We always talk about it, but we always feel like it's not for us. So I don't know. maybe
So-
for the Utes out there, they'll
Utes.
enjoy it. I don't
Hey,
know.
well, Mikey will be back next week, and he can talk about how excited he is because we're just like, VR, get off my lawn.
VR. Okay. All right, let's move on. New Pokken tournament. Pokken. I don't know how you say it because it's Pokemon and it's
So Pokken.
Tekken, so Pokken, yeah, okay. Pokken tournament. There's some kind of over map or some mode, Ferrum League mode. I don't really understand this, but I guess
I don't understand that, but I understand. I totally understand this My Town mode, and that's gonna make me buy this game. I can customize them.
Yeah.
Skin color, hairstyle.
Right.
Probably can. I bet you can get clothes for them. Yep. Sign me up for that kind of stuff.
Also,
that's what sold me on Splatoon originally.
Yeah, that's true. Also, staying with the Pokemon tip, Pokemon Go was talked about a bit. This is the game you said I would play, right?
Yeah.
You get me sucked in somehow.
We're gonna
Pokemon
play
in the
together.
real world. It's like augmented reality Pokemon with your phone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. I can do that. He also hinted at some other big project on the way with no real clue on what that is. But
has Pokemon Go been confirmed as like a free to play yet?
Yeah, it will be. It's free to play in-app purchases. So yeah. I mean, it's free. We can do it.
We can catch all that not spending any money will allow.
Yeah. Speaking of other things that are free, you can register for a Nintendo account. That was last week. That was like right after we finished recording.
Yeah, Mikey messaged us the second we stopped. Hey, Nintendo's live. Like,
Miitomo,
my Nintendo,
of course, as well.
Miitomo.
You can pre-register for Miitomo, which is the first mobile game from Nintendo. If you pre-register, this is kind of neat. So if you pre-register, you'll get an email telling you when it's available. Plus, you also get some coins for pre-registering with your Nintendo account. So the first opportunity to earn coins is right here with Miitomo pre-registration.
If you haven't done it yet, even if you don't have a Nintendo, just go do it, and then you can.
Yeah. Well,
be
then
on
you've
Miitomo.
got your Nintendo network or your Nintendo account ID set up, right? You've got that, and then you can do Miitomo on your phone.
Was it like real easy for you, Eugene?
I was super shocked at how smooth it all went. Like there was no hang-ups. It was not like Club Nintendo.
I was nervous.
I did it on my phone.
Yeah, I did too. And
my
like
phone's browser, and
it was beautiful.
Just clicked and signed up with my Nintendo Network ID that it pre-exists because of the Wii U and 3DS, and then I was in and I had an account, Nintendo account, and then Miitomo was just as easy.
It was like one click for Miitomo. It was. Yeah. It's like, did I really do this? And I went, so I had to like go back out and go back into my account. It's like, you already have earned your platinum point.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool, huh?
Okay. What?
So if this is a sign of how the future will be for Nintendo Online, this is great. Good news.
The future is us just being really nervous that nothing ever worked. Like, wait, that seemed too easy.
Yeah. Speaking of mobile, ARM. ARM. Do you know who ARM is?
I know my arm.
Your
my
arm.
arms are right here.
ARM is. They make ARM chips. So a lot of smartphones have ARM processors in them.
Yeah.
So, ARM ecosystem director Nizar Ramadan says that ARM-powered chips could be as powerful as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 very soon, possibly even by the end of next year.
I don't think that's a shock at all. I don't think that's hard to fathom.
That's pretty awesome, though.
It's really awesome. And can I speculate?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think if the NX is what I really would like it to be at this point, we're going to see that type of tech play a big part.
Yeah.
I think this miniaturization and being able to play really, really great looking games on different devices, I see it. Yeah. That's the future. I really am thinking that.
Smaller, more powerful. I mean, that's the Moore's Law trend, is it not?
I want to play stuff on my big TV, yes, but when it is time for us to go to bed and I'm not really that tired, if I'm playing Fallout 5,
that's true. Yeah,
I want to take Fallout 5 to my bed. Yeah. Just let it transfer from big TV device to handheld device. Yeah.
Or if I'm taking the subway somewhere.
Yeah. Right? Like playing real games on these devices would be awesome.
Yeah.
there are other aspects to figure out. Yes, control and interface, but
yeah. Just a little bit more about this on the graphics side. There was I don't know, I'm not sure how big news this is, but a website called Gaming Bolt. They wrote about it's really obscure. The question is, will Nintendo NX use Vulkan Graphics API? And so back in September, Nintendo joined the Kronos Group, which is involved in promoting Vulkan it's an open source next generation graphics API. And now, so they were in the group, but it wasn't confirmed that they were going to use it or anything. But in a webinar that was put online today or yesterday, there's a slide in there that shows the companies that are using the Vulkan API, and Nintendo is listed. The Nintendo logo is there in the video. So I mean, it's if so, it's a good sign, because it actually indicates that the NX may actually be, like we say, powerful and poised to use a sort of a more open standard for graphics, which will then in turn make it easier to develop for, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
And if you're using the same standard that many other companies are as well, it's much easier as well, right? So I mean that's one side. The other side of the coin.
It's a pretty big other side.
Thomas Mahler of Moon Studios, who developed Ori and the Blind Forest, he made a post on NeoGAF the other day, complaining about how Nintendo is being very, very tight with their release of dev kits, and he did single out Nintendo, but then he continued on to say that's not just Nintendo, but all the companies are just holding these consoles so tightly and are not letting developers get them until very, very late, because they don't want people, for secrets getting out and things like that. But it's really hurting. It's hurting the developers. It's hurting the console makers as well, because there won't be any good games, is what he's saying. Yeah.
And it's interesting that he's saying
he wants them 2 years in advance, is what he would like.
We've heard from other sources that other developers have dev kits, right? Like we've seen these rumors, and they're all rumors. All this is rumor.
And he said he reached out to Nintendo and he hasn't even heard back from them. So I mean, it's hard to say. Like I think, who knows what's going on? I don't know. Maybe you have to be a bigger developer to get one at this point. Like you have to be an EA or something. Which I also heard a rumor that EA and Nintendo are back together.
I've heard the rumor that Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy 15 are coming.
Yeah, the new Final Fantasy 7.
Yes,
that would be sweet.
That would be amazingly sweet, as long as I can name my characters.
Yeah.
And turn off the voice acting.
Well played, sir. Well played.
But wouldn't that be great? Yeah. But rumors.
I just want power. That's all I want. I just want all the powers, the strong powers of graphic.
Could be the one box to rule them all for 3 years.
That's right. There's a bunch of other news. It's kind of a bunch of patch news. Firewatch, the PS4 game, has got a patch, which apparently for the PS4 makes it much better. XCOM 2 got an update for the PC, but
doesn't make it much better.
No, apparently not, which is too bad. Mikey would be interested in this, the Fallout 4 DLC, coming out in March. Although he won't be able to buy it, he could be still interested. For all you Fallout 4 players out there, there's a bunch of new DLCs, 3 expansions: Automatron, Wasteland Workshop, ooh, that sounds cool, and Far Harbor. And finally, in a place I would love to visit someday, New York, Nintendo, New York. They renovated their store and they reopened their doors to the public. Looks pretty awesome. And
it does look pretty cool.
We should go. The launch
looked
pretty good.
We should plan a joint trip. I'll drive north.
Okay.
You'll drive south.
Okay. Maybe we should go, we should hit New York and then head down to Boston for, PAX East sometime next year. How's that sound?
Let's book it. Yeah. That would be amazing.
It sounds expensive.
I'd love to do that. It sounds really expensive, but wouldn't it be fun? We could have a panel. We could have a gamer parent panel.
At PAX?
Yeah.
Do you think?
No, he wouldn't get accepted. A boy can dream.
Okay. What's it gonna take to get us a panel at PAX?
Money.
Money? Patreon. Okay, we gotta start a Patreon. Send the
Oh
Magic
no,
Hour
dude!
show
I cannot commit to any extra content. Here
to PAX. Send us to PAX. That's what. Yeah. I don't know.
We're kidding.
Only a little bit. Only a little bit. Yeah. I mean, that's all the news I highlighted this week. So, hey, what is your pick for this week, Ryan?
Amazon Prime Music. Now, I recently
Amazon
learned
Prime Music.
I recently learned through
not Apple Music.
No.
Okay.
We got rid of Apple Music, and to any of you who took my suggestion to go through the trial, and if you added songs to your library, well, I apologize the confusion that might have caused when you stopped the trial. And every time one of the songs you added popped up in your library, and everything on your phone stopped working because a giant pop-up said, "Go subscribe to Apple Music again." I did figure out it's real easy to delete those tracks, go into your computer. They'll all be grayed out. You can easily find them and delete them. But we decided not to continue. We're really just trying to cut back on a lot of the monthly charges in our household. And Apple Music was one of them, and we enjoyed our time with it. We are Prime members now. Amazon in Canada is not as cool as Amazon in the U.S., is it? Eugene?
No, it is not.
But here in the U.S., we get the free shipping. We get streaming video. We get
just the free shipping.
Well, that's insane. That's all it is. Because we get streaming video that's a little bit below Netflix, but it's becoming bigger and bigger. We get a free Kindle book a month.
Yeah.
Not every book, but a lot. And we get Amazon Prime Music, which since Apple Music launched, they've really expanded their selection. And the kids and I really enjoy utilizing it. And it's become a really great resource that's part of what we're already paying for as Prime members. So
cool.
Yeah. They added the Gap Band. And my daughter really likes You Dropped a Bomb on Me. So that was a big win. That's what made me choose them as my pick for the week.
Okay. My pick of the week is something I read on Lifehacker one time, which is how to eat an apple without wasting the core. So what you do with this is you take an apple, and instead of eating it from the sides as you normally would do, and then having the core in the middle, you eat it from the bottom. And you start biting through the bottom, and you bite through that little leafy thing at the bottom, and you keep going through the core, through the center. Now, what this does is because you're eating the core in slices, very thin slices, bite-sized slices, it's not that hard to chew, actually. And it doesn't really taste bad at all. It's just a little extra fiber. You hardly even notice. And now I don't eat the seeds, so I'll can spit out the seed. But you can continue eating the apple all the way up to the stem, and you will be left with just the stem, and you will have eaten the entire apple and not wasted any food. So
that's really cool.
This is what I'm doing now. I thought I would share this with all of you. So try it. It's surprisingly I don't know, it feels good not to just throw away something that I could eat.
And when you're done eating your apple, you can name your stem.
Okay. Before I throw it in the trash. Yeah. The green recycling. Okay. Alrighty. I will do that. That's it for our show. Yay.
That's it.
That's it.
That's like an hour on the dot.
I don't know, maybe.
It looks like it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna edit
Awesome.
I'm gonna edit it so that it's an hour on the dot because Ryan said so. We've got a Twitter. Actually, I wanted to let everybody know we've got a new URL for the show, for the site. It's actually a bit easier than before. It's themagichour.show.
Yeah.
The Magic Hour.
How cool is that?
.show. Yeah. And it only cost me $32. So that Patreon will be going up real soon, so we can afford all these things. And kidding, not kidding. So on Twitter, we are at GP Magic Hour Show. Please follow us there. Or you can follow me personally, Eugene, at GamerParent. Ryan, your Twitter.
Zoso1701.
Yes. And you can like us on Facebook. Just look us up, The Magic Hour Show. We're everywhere. Facebook. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube as The Magic Hour Show Live. We've got a voicemail, which is not The Magic Hour Show, but it's close. 530-93-M-SHOW. And we've got email. The email is feedback@themagichourshow.net. And then we've got a Gamer Parent Steam group, which Ryan set up so graciously for us. And we're going to get on that. And we're going to... What's our next game, Ryan? Is it Portal 2?
Is it going to be Portal 2? We're going to do Portal 2. I'm down.
We're going to do that. Okay, so Portal 2.
I really want to do Talos Principle after that. Puzzle game.
Yeah.
Mania.
Right. Well, I don't have Talos Principle.
Well, that's fine. We'll do something else.
You just play without me.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
The Portal 2, that's coming
Portal
up.
2. Okay, Portal 2 in March?
Eugene, this whole Xenoblade Chronicles play March thing, we want to play Xenoblade March 8th. That's not looking so good. Maybe we just table that.
Okay, we'll set that aside for now.
But Portal 2, that's great. So for our anniversary.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Portal 2 for our anniversary.
Yeah? All right.
Which is coming up. March. What was our actual anniversary? The 11th, right? You said?
The first show posted on March 10th.
March 10th.
I did I think I did the math on when we would have recorded. Yeah. And it looks like the March 8th show is pretty much
our 1 year.
Close enough for Jazz.
Nice.
Close enough.
All right. So in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Look forward to that. I don't know. We're going to do something special for that.
We're just going to play some Portal 2?
Yeah.
Record us playing some Portal 2. I like it.
Maybe. Well, you've been listening to The Magic Hour Show. You can download this show on iTunes or stream it on Stitcher. You'll find the RSS link on our website, themagichour.show. I'm your host, Eugene Hua. Thanks for listening.
Booyah!
Bites the dust.